Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss check constraints. You all know it's very important topic when it comes to data constraints. And data constraints, when it comes to check constraints, it is basically user defined constraints where a user sets, or you can say a system or a company, organization set up want to set up their own on the data. In that case, you can use check constraints, and we also call it user defined constraint. Why? Because that the total setup of this is done as per user's requirement. So let's go ahead. These are some you can say the preliminary information we must know before using check constraints. Like check constraints allow to specify a condition on each row of a table. Suppose I have a company and I have a variety of jobs to offer, and for a particular job, if my company has decided to provide minimum and maximum salary, nobody can enter salary which is less than minimum or salary which is greater than maximum. In that case, I can identify or I can find a check constraint which will take care of it. Similarly, you might be knowing that in case of when it comes to check constraints, like suppose in a RTO office where you try to apply for driving license, and there is a condition that your age must be 18 and above. In that case, this check constraint will help you a lot, and you will be able to define age criteria. And if any user or any person, any applicants is not able to fulfill that criteria, their application will be rejected, right? I hope as of now you will be able to understand the use of check constraints. One more addition to it, that check constraints cannot be defined on a view. You all know that view is a virtual table. So when it comes to view, check constraints cannot be created on that. Again, if you are going to define a check constraint, it must refer the only columns of that table. You cannot refer a check constraint by using check constraint. You cannot refer column of any other table. So sure, it is the limitation of check constraints can put a rule of a column of the table where you want to use or apply check constraint. One more limitation of the check constraint is that you cannot include subquery while defining check, right? And again, you can define check constraints using create table statement or create table command, or maybe using alter table command. So by using these two ways, you will be able to create check constraint. So this is the very simple example that how to create check constraints at the time of, or you can how to define a check constraint at the time of creation of a table. So this is a very simple table. Its name is student, where it has roll number, name, class. In this case, suppose somebody has decided that name or roll number should be a particular range. I want to define a range for the roll. So it's very simple. At the time of creation, this is must be knowing opening bracket, and this is the constraint keyword you will be using. This is the name of the constraint. This is the type of constraint, and this is the rule which you want to apply on a column called roll number. So now after this, it says roll number between 1 to 100. You can enter any roll number between 1 to 10,000. That's how check constants can be defined at the time of creation of table, right? Then this is another example, very good example, which we can use with the help of check constants. Like sometimes we prefer that name should be in uppercase, or in many entries sometimes we try to enforce something. Here we have table called suppliers. It has first column supplier ID, second column supplier name, but we want that name should be always in uppercase. It's again very simple. It is the example of adding a constant with the help of create table command. Let's see constant. We all know that this is the name of the check constants. This is check keyword. You can say type of constant. It says supplier name equal to upper supplier name. This is the input given by the user, and here uppercase will convert into this input into uppercase, and this will be the data supplied by you. This is converted into uppercase. If it is already in uppercase, then this case will be valid and your data will go into table. In other case, suppose you have supplied name in lowercase, and by converting it into uppercase, it will not match, and then your data will be rejected. This is the perfect example of check constant which will make sure that a name entered by the user must be in uppercase. Now we'll see how to add check constants using alter table command. We all know that why we use alter table. Alter table suppliers, if we go ahead with alter table suppliers, alter, we all know that is a command. It's a DDL command, and it is used to change definition of a table. Here we want to add one more constant into table called supplier, where we want to limit the number of suppliers who can apply or who can be entered suppliers table. It's very simple. Add is a keyword. We all know that we can use alter with add with alter table. This is the constant keyword. This is the name of the constant we are going to apply on supplier table. Check is the name of the constant underscore supplier underscore. So we want to put a check on supplier name. It says what to check? To check supplier name. In is the range search operator. We'll take care that IBM, Microsoft, and NVIDIA, only three names can go in the supplier name. Means no other company can, or no other vendor can supply or can request be a supplier of for your company, where you have limited yourself that I can take supplies from IBM, Microsoft, and NVIDIA. Now these are some additional commands which can be used on check constants. Let's see. Dropping. If you want to drop a constants, it's very simple. Alter table, table name, drop means we want to drop the constants, and simply you need to write the name of the constants. Similarly, you can enable it. Only you need to add enable, and when to disable, you will be able to disable. What is the difference? Drop, you need to use drop keyword. For enabling, you need to enable. For disabling, you need to use disable keyword, right? So that's how these action can be done on check constraints. So this was the theoretical part of it. Now we'll directly jump on to what we call it hands-on session for the same, and it's very simple. So let's do the hands-on on check constraints. I hope you are doing fine, and today you are going to learn check constraints. It's very important one when it comes to provide user constraints or rules set by user or the company or the system which uses any database. So today I'm going to discuss, or you can say today we are here for hands-on on check constraints. So as you are able to see, we have already created a table student, and we'll take this table for discussing or for doing hands-on on the check constraints. Let's can say that I'm going to create a table, and while creating this table we'll add check constraints. So let's see, I'm going to recreate table with some other name. Create table, then inside table will have ERPID, data type a number, size is 4, made it primary key. Next column is name, series of varchar, type size say 30. Then I have added one more field, that is class. Class is of char type, size say 3, comma. Then what I've done, semester. Semester is of type number, inside bracket, size say 2, comma. Now I want to add constraints. So I'm adding one constraint for the roll number, or you can say for ERPID, that is constraint, ERAINT, constraint. Then constraint name, I may be checking check underscore ERPID. So the example which I have shown in the theoretical part is slight different. There I have taken some other table. Here maybe take the table, some other field. That's to have variety. It's not that whatever I have discussed in the theoretical part or in the slide section, the same I am taking. So you can take any. You have to have flexibility. So I am taking ERPID, then we'll have check. I need to write check. Then what to check? That is ERPID. And then I will write between what 1 to 100, or you can say 1000. What I've done, I have created a check constraints. This is simple, create tables, we all know that. And ERPID, the first column name, ERPID is the primary key, name is the second column, varchar type size 30, class with name you can say char type size 3, semester size number size 2. I'm showing you how to create or how to add check constraints at the time of creation of a table. So I have added one constraints when it comes to creation of check constraint during create table command or during creation of table. This will take care of that ERP ID should be 1 to 100 means 1 and 1 to and 1000 means 1 and 1000 is inclusive, means we can give any number from 1 to 1000, right? Let's run it. So it says name already exists, no problem. Let me change the name. I've changed the name. Then we'll have ERP ID first column, name second column, class third column, fourth column, constant is the last column. It says we already have the second table in place, so I need to make one more changes. So that is, I'm taking student 3, and then I'm going to create this is, we can call column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, then constants. So see, finally we have been, but here this is not an error. It is simple that a student table is already there in place, so we cannot recreate table with the same name. Here also I thought that there will be student 1 table will not be there, but it was also there. So I have taken this table name. So this is create table. This is called create table student. We'll have first field ERP ID, second field name, third field class, then fourth field is semester, and this is the, you can say, syntax or is the command which will add check constant with ERP ID column, and it will make sure that we are not able to enter any ID beyond this. Clear? So let's check it. Insert to student 3, values inside bracket will have ERP ID. I'm taking 1001. Let's see what happens. Then name I'm taking Raman. Then class I'm taking CA. Then semester I'm taking 1 and trying to enter. It simply says check constant violated. This means that check constants violated means this constant is violated, because its range is, it can allow the ERP ID from 1 to 1000. I have taken 1000. Now you can understand it's working. But suppose if I'm doing it with 100 only, I will be able to enter. So now with this particular command or hands-on, you must be able to understand that check constant which I have just added is working. Now I want to add one more constant for name field, and I want that nobody is able to enter. I want nobody is able to enter any table, any name which is in lowercase. Means I want to add a check constant which will take care of that name entered by the user must be in uppercase. So let's have an example. I'm going to alter. I'm giving example adding check constant using alter table command. So alter, then table name is student 3. What I want to add constraints. Constraint name is check underscore table name is student 3 and on which field name. So this is the name of your check constraint, and it gives you sufficient idea that the name of the constraint or type of the constraint is check, on which table student 3, on which column, that is name, and it will take care of what it will check, what it will check. It will check what uh, name equal to upper name. Simple addition. A slight error. I missed table. So now it's fine. So now this alter table student 3, I have added a constraint called check underscore student underscore name name, and this will take care of entry of uppercase, right? So that's how we'll go ahead. So now let's see, this is alter table student 3. I'm adding a check constraint will take care of that uppercase name should be entered or must be entered in the name column. So syntax is very simple. Alter table table name. Alter table student is the name of the table. Add is the, you can say, options available with alter. We are going to add constraint. This is the name of constraint. You can give any name as per your choice. This is the type of constraint, and this is the rule which I am going to apply on data of name column for table student 3, right? So this will take care. Let's see whether it's working or not. Very simple. Let's go ahead with the insert command, right? So I am going, let's have 101 and name I'm keeping it low RAM, and I know that this will not go into database. See, it says squad check underscore student underscore name violated, means it clearly says that this is this check constraint is violated for the name. But if I enter the data with uppercase, there will not be a problem. So let's say in uppercase RAM, I was able to enter. So now you can understand that if you put any check constraints and if it is created, it is working, it works. This is the proof that check constraint which I have just added for checking uppercase name was working. Now let's understand how to enable and how to disable constraints. So I'm going to disabling. So it's very simple. Alter table int 3 disable constraint. Constraint name is check underscore student 3 underscore name. See, it's disabled. Check whether it is disabled or not. Let me find the previous command. That is yeah, I was trying to do this. So let's see whether I am able to enter 102 with lowercase of name or not. It's created. Means now I as the check constraint is disabled, so I can enter a name in lowercase also. Now we try to enable. Alter table students will use enable. It's very simple. Enable. ENABLE. Again it says violated because this constraint says that name should be uppercase only. And I have just entered a name in lowercase because that check constraint was disabled at that time, right? So if you are going to enable it again, it is again going to take the whole data for that column. If any data is not following that rule, cannot enable that constraints. What I need to do? I need to do select star from student 3. So I have a name in lowercase, see it here. Once I will drop it or delete it, then I can enable. Let's see. So enabling checks for the rule. If any record violates that, you cannot enable. So I'm deleting this record. Delete from student 3. I hope you are able to understand it well. Where ERPID equals to 102. Deleted. I'm going to commit. Committed. Then I'm going to enable. Let's do it. This is the name of the table, and let's see the enable command. So enabled. It is enabled. And now if I would like to enter this record again, I won't be able to again because I have just enabled what check constraints. It is working, it is in place. So I was not able to enter any name or any records with a lowercase, name with lowercase, right? So now the last command, how to drop. It's very simple. Need to write alter table students. This is as per example, and in place of enable or disable, you need to write drop, RO, drop. So means as of now, check whether this check underscore student underscore name constraint is there or not. So I need to enter a record with lowercase. It's created. It's created. It's created means now there is no check constraint for name. So again, that's how you are able to understand that we have checked how to create. Let's revise it from the beginning. This is the example to add a check constraint which will be added the ERPID column, and it will take care that ERPID be with the range of 1 to 1000, right? Then after adding, I have tried to insert a ERPID with 1001 ERPID. I was not able to enter. Clear? Then I have tried to enter a record with ERPID in the range, means the range of 1 to 1000. I was able to create. Then I have tried to create, or you can say add, a constraint which will take care of whether a name entered is in uppercase or not. So this is the command alter table name, add constraint name, check underscore student underscore name. Take care of the name should be in uppercase. This is the logic for uppercase. Name, whatever case you have entered will be converted into uppercase, then will tally whether both is matching or not. If it is matching, record will go in data, otherwise not. Test that what I have done, insert into student 3 values 1001, and I have taken name in lowercase. It has been rejected. It says this constraint violated. What I have done then again, I have disabled it. Then I have tried to enter a name in lowercase. I was successful. Then I tried to enable the command, or you can say that I have tried to enable with the enable command this constraint, but I was not able to do. Why? Because in records there was one name with lowercase. This is the proof that one of the record is in lowercase. This. What I have done, I have deleted this record. The proof that I have deleted. Then after deletion, when all the records in order, means all the names are in uppercase, then I have tried to enable this check constraint, and I was successful. Then what I've tried to done, I have tried to drop the set constraint, and after dropping, check that constraint is dropped. I have tried to enter with lowercase name. What happened? I was able to create. So I hope as of now you are comfortably able to learn how to create check constraint with create table command, or how to add check constraint with the alter table command, how to enable it, how to test whether it is enabled or not, how to disable. You have tested how to disable, how you have tested whether a constraint is disabled or not. Then you have tried to enable, have enabled it, and finally you have dropped it, and you have also tested whether the constraint is dropped or not by placing a record which violates the rule of the constant. So happy learning, and please like, subscribe, and share the channel if you like it content. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.